Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. It's Sunday, I hope you are enjoying your Sunday. Rainy Sunday, sunny Sunday, we don't care, I hope you are enjoying. It's a Sunday without Juventus, and probably a lot of you are thinking right now at this moment, Beppe, we are enjoying because Juventus is not playing. Total disaster. I understand guys. In today's video we'll speak about how that year one can looks like, because 24-25 will be the year one. But the year one, you can look at that different perspective depending on what we do this season, depending on what we will do on the transfer market. But it will be a year one that will be extremely important for one man, Cristiano Giuntoli, to really start working and changing everything. I'm repeating you since week. Pay attention, there will be a revolution at Juventus. A lot of players will leave. Some people that you don't want to leave, a lot of players will enter. Some players you will be happy about. Some players you will not be happy about. And pay attention, because today I show you a shirt that it's not a Juve shirt. It's a shirt from Lille. Why am I showing this vintage Lille shirt? Because you will understand. Later today we will give you some names about Lille that could possibly go and reinforce that Lille presence at Juventus 24-25. Now, put a maximum of like if you didn't yet. Continue to support the channel. You know it. I'm asking it. We are that close to 30,000 Juventini on the channel, so it depends on you. Like, comment, share the video, and subscribe if you didn't yet. Now we start. I will try to keep it really brief before speaking about Mercato, which is super interesting. Speaking about Sassuolo, it's something that I actually never do, speaking about other teams on the channel called GJustjuve, but I need to, and that's why I waited until now before speaking about it, because I waited at the end of the game. They lost 3-0 against Lecce, which made me happy. When I'm looking at the ranking of Serie A, where they have 26 points, they are second last with one game already more played than Salernitana, than Frosinone, than Udinese, it makes me extremely happy. And you will tell me, Beppe, but why are you happy? Poor Sassuolo, Beppe, leave them alone. Why are you happy? Juve, Sassuolo, why are you looking at Sassuolo? Because Beppe is old. But Beppe never forget, because here I have a good memory. And I remember all the stories between Juve and Sassuolo. There are three big reasons why I will celebrate if they go in second division, which probably will not happen. They still have 15 points to reach. They can possibly do it. But if it happens, I will celebrate. Why? The three reasons. The first one, don't forget, in the summer, 30th of June, Carnevali, sporting director of Sassuolo, is going in front of the microphones with a fantastic, beautiful shirt. Ironed, white, fantastic. I don't know how it's possible to have that beautiful shirt, but he was wearing a fantastic shirt. He goes in front of the microphone and he's speaking about the deal that he just made with Roma. Missori and Volpato, helping Roma to have the needed 30 million euro plusvalenza profit. Why? Because if Roma couldn't make a lot of deals before the 30th of June, they couldn't participate to European competition. Today we are speaking about a fantastic Roma that beat Milan, and but nobody speaks about it, that they were obliged to do plusvalenza profit. And he said in a microphone, of course we help them. We signed these two youth players. Why? Because if we can help an Italian team, if we can help a club in need, of course we will do everything to help them, to support them. Of course we are there for them. 30th of June. After that, Juventus has been taken points because of plusvalenza. After that, Juventus was not able to participate to Champions League. After that, that money of Juventus went to Milan to reinforce themselves in the market, and today they are second, doing a bad season, but they are still second over Juventus. Guys, no, I don't forget. These words, I was taking them really as a sporting director that is mocking Juve publicly. That's how I felt back then. And karma, you know it, I will not continue the sentence. That's the first reason. The second reason, why? Because every time that you are going, knocking at the door of Sassuolo, for a player, whoever it is, a Locatelli, a Fratesi, you are going for Berardi, a Berardi with one leg, with 40 years old, whatever. Who cares? It's 40 million euro. Non-negotiable. We can possibly postpone the payment. You can't pay today, pay in 2 years. But you pay the price. We don't negotiate. We can even do 150 meetings. Meeting man. Do you remember Cherubini? That's how he was called. Another meeting, another meeting, another meeting. Because they didn't want to negotiate. Every single player, Juventus goes, 40 million euro, whoever it is. Third reason, because that relationship with Motta, best friend, best man, nearly family. They know each other since Marotta, he goes to Sassuolo. We want Fratesi. But we are in talks with Juventus. They are trying to negotiate. We want Fratesi, but we can't put 40 million. You can't put 40 million? No problem. What do you want to put on the table? 33? Let's go find something creative. 33, you don't pay today. Give us 6 now. Then you give us 10% on the possible resale. You want to put some young players there. Mulattieri, give me Mulattieri. Who's that guy? We don't know. Put me Mulattieri. Pinamonti, we speak about Pinamonti. Guys, if they go in Serie B, I'm happy, because I don't forget. When you are putting dirt on the name of Juve, when you are acting like that, you deserve. You deserve karma. Now, speaking about Juventus, we have 2 games to play. No, 1 game in Coppa Italia on Tuesday that we will play for the honor. We will play for the dignity. We will play to have a small smile. To maybe have the first trophy of Giuntoli, maybe the last trophy of Allegri with Juventus, maybe the first trophy of a lot of players, because winning helps to win in the future. Winning helps to create winners. And that's what we are playing for in Coppa Italia. But then we are playing the remaining games of Serie A for qualification in Champions League. And qualification in Champions League, it's not for the honor, for the dignity. No, it's much more than that. It's that, plus it's vital. It's crucial, and that will be determining how fast we can go back to be a winning Juventus, how fast we can go out of that difficult situation, how that year 1 would look like, because it's a year, now we are in year 0. And Tuttosport today, they go with a title that is totally correct. They're going with Juve anno sotto zero. It looks like a year minus 0, and that's how we all feel. But that first year, that year 1, that will be season 24-25, can look like 2 totally different ways. If we don't qualify to Champions League, that year 1 will be a painful one. A year 1 with a lot of people that would have changed from the club. Players, coach, but probably not as the one that we are imagining today. It will not be the one that we are dreaming about, but the one that we are rationally thinking about. Well, if we don't qualify, it will not even be that. It will be a real difficult one. So hopefully we can qualify, because it's a Juventus where you need to rework on everything. That's what I'm telling you since a few videos now. Look, Giuntoli said something. He said, we will try to reach our objectives. Then the most important thing is to put the books, the financial books, back in order, and we will try to do everything to do it as fast as possible, because we are Juventus. What about the mister? And these were the words that were really controversial in the last day, especially these words were said before the draw of Cagliari. He said he has still 1 year of contract. We are happy with him. We will see at the end of the season to plan the future. Look, at the moment, we have no certainties. The only certainty that I have personally is that when Giuntoli is speaking now every single week, is every time saying, yes, he has a year of contract, we will see at the end of the season, but never, he said, we will continue with the coach. Never. He never guaranteed that he will sit with the coach. If you're looking at the last rumors from Nico Schira, from everyone is going towards the same direction. Di Marzio yesterday said, I really believe that the parts will split. We don't know the way how they will do it. If it will be Max that will leave, if it will be Juventus that will dismiss him, if he will go to another club, if he will be there 1 year, another sabbatical year, taking the money of Juve. We don't know. We don't know. It's Juventus and Max Allegri that will sit at the table, probably not to speak about extension, but probably to speak about the way how to split. It is clear also for Di Marzio that Thiago Motta is the first name on that list. It's the first list. He spoke about it. Everyone is speaking about it. All the big journalists are saying Allegri, Juventus will be over. It's over. Look at Nico Schira saying, behind all the rumors and the discussions and the public words of Giuntoli, that makes sense in a way, because we still need to qualify for Champions League. We still need to show unity, at least for a few games. He said Juventus, they have the clear intention to start a new project. And when we are speaking about year 1, my friends, a year 0, it's a year of being frozen. It's a year immobile. You don't, not the one of Lazio, immobile, when you don't move. You're there, static, a bit like the players that we see on the field recently. That's year 0. 0 is frozen. It's the temperature where you start to freeze. Year 1, it's when you start doing things. Well, in that year 1, probably you start with a new project. That's what Juventus has in mind, and that new project will probably be with a new coach. Probably that's also why in that year 0 we didn't change the coach. Financial reason, but also because it was a year of year 0. Now, Milan even tried with Thiago Motta, but Daniele Longo, that is really well informed, living in Milan, well, he spoke and he said, look, Milan tried, but Juventus was first. Juventus anticipated, and looks like more than just talk, they already have a kind of agreement with Thiago Motta. Some people are saying 2 years plus a year of extension, possibly. Let's see about the results. Cristiano Giuntoli will be the man. He received the trust from John Elkann. You know that all year long I have defended Cristiano Giuntoli because I told you a lot of requests by fans are totally unrealistic for year one. A lot of mockeries online, a lot of trolls online are absolutely not justified for a guy that is arriving super late in the market, in all the difficulties that he found himself. Let him cook, let him work, give him time. But now will be the first year. And I'm not expecting a champagne calcio mercato, but I'm expecting a mercato. It's crazy with a lot of names out, a lot of names in. Today there is a new name that came back, a new name. It's an old name that we were dreaming about 12 months ago. Khéphren Thuram. Khéphren Thuram number 3. That's how Tuttosport called them. Why? Because the first one came to Juve, the Papa. Then the second one went to Inter, while having again a Thuram at Juventus would be extremely beautiful. It's a fantastic player. Juventus, when I'm telling you about revolution, they have a lot of ideas at the moment. They have a lot of ideas. Speaking about the midfield, because that's the core of the problem. We saw it also on the pitch. Huh? We already had one idea, is to go for one big name. One name was sure. If all the players would have stayed there, I'm not speaking about Alcaraz, but if all the players would have stayed there, there was one player that would have joined Juve, a big one. And the name has always been Koopmeiners. Koopmeiners for what reason? Because he can be a mezzala and can play a bit more offensively, depending on the formation that we are playing. 3-5-2, 4-3-3, but also playing in a 4-2-3-1. He can be that advanced player. So Koopmeiners has always been there. If it's not Koopmeiners, because it's not possible, because Atalanta doesn't want to leave him, well, Thuram is back on that list. Thuram is a player that is not playing as a number 10. He can't play at the number 10 at the moment. It's a player that is playing a bit more defensively. But there is the question, Rabiot. Extending, not extending. And we'll have to wait until we qualify to Champions League. From the moment that we qualify to Champions League, we can go to him and say, oh, Adrien, yes or no? If it's yes, we continue. At our conditions. If it's no, okay, great, fantastic friends. You gave everything. You tried to give everything. Now we split the words and we already have identified your successor. Mikel Merino. It's another name. So you need one big name already because you were obliged to. If Rabiot leaves, you need another big name. You need more, because McKennie at the moment is refusing that extension of contract at 2.5. You need another one. That could potentially be Fagioli. And speaking about Fagioli, Niccolò, we always said he can play the last game of the season against Monza. He could potentially enter one game earlier against Bologna. In what reason? If Juventus on Tuesday they qualify for the final of Champions League, means that game of Bologna that would be in the weekend of the 18th, 19th of May will be postponed until the 20th of May. And from the 20th of May, that's the day where Niccolò Fagioli can play again for whatever team in the world, but he can play again. So if we qualify, we're even giving a gift to take him at least on the bench. It would be beautiful if we already qualify to Champions League, that we see him for a few minutes again on the field. That would be great for the kid. That would be great for us. Juventini. It's not over, because we have other names on that list. Samarsic, Colpani are players that could potentially come. If you can't have a Koopmeiners, if you don't have the requested budget, if you can't free a lot of money, Colpani is a bit cheaper, no, a lot cheaper than Koopmeiners. Samarsic, that can potentially also come on loan with an obligation to buy. That was the agreement that they found with Inter last summer. So you have a lot of names there. But on top of that, you have a Jorginho that is a la mode, that is trendy again as a play. You know that I don't like him, but I'm just reporting the names that I'm reading. That can be. And then you have the ultimate new, last updated solution, Amrabat. For what reason? Because Amrabat is at Manchester United, not having a great season, will come back. 20 million euro requested, will not be activated by United to Fiorentina. He will go back to Fiorentina with one more year of contract. They will split rows. And they will probably ask between 15, 18 million euro for the player. But you know that they will also not activate they will not sign Arthur from Juventus to Fiorentina. They already communicated it. You have a jolly there. Amrabat to Juve, Arthur to Fiorentina. You can extend. He's feeling great in Fiorentina. They like him, but they don't have the necessary money. Well, pay attention to Amrabat. I would say no. I would say no to Amrabat. I love this World Cup, of course, but I would say no to Amrabat. But pay attention, because these names, again, I repeat, they are all there in the midfield. Kefren Thuram, Samardzic, Colpani, Cope Manners, Merino, maybe Rabiot, McKennie, Fagioli that will be back, Amrabat, Jorginho. You have a lot of names there. So pay attention, that will be a huge, big revolution. But there are also other names, and I told you, and I showed you. Look, the shirt of Lille. Why? Because Wea, that could potentially also already leave in the summer, is coming from Lille. Timothy Wea. Thiago Djalo is coming from Lille. We signed him in the winter. Well, the next one that Juventus is looking at is another Tiago. Thiago Santos, right back, 21 years old. Well, from Thiago Djalo, that can't play at the moment after that big injury. From Wea, that didn't really reach the potential that people saw in him. Well, a Thiago Santos that is 21, that is a right back, is a good one. Especially because we need right backs, huh? We spoke about left back a lot in this channel. We didn't spoke yet about the right back, but Thiago Santos is a good, fresh, young player from Lille. First year at Lille, so he has a contract in 2028. You will need to put a bit of cash on the table. At the moment, he has a value that is quite okay, of 8 million euro. But that can be the third player from Lille that is coming. And speaking about Lille, another player is under radar. Gazzetta is speaking about Calafiori for the defense, probably, or a center back or a left back, because he's playing with his left foot. They're speaking about Greenwood, again about Samardzic, but they're also speaking about another name. They are speaking about Zegrova. And who is Zegrova? Zegrova is an offensive player from Lille. At the moment, 15 million euro value, but they will request more. But that could be another Lille player. I told you, Juventus thinking about Lille as especially probably there is a really great contact between Giuntoli and the one that are representing Lille. Pay attention to some Lille players that are joining. Hopefully they can do better than Wea. Hopefully they can play what Thiago Djalo is not doing at the moment. And speaking about Thiago, I repeat Thiago. Well, between Thiago Djalo, between Thiago Santos, guys, probably with someone at the Juventus Continassa fell in love with the name of Thiago. And who is the other one that is called Thiago? Write in the comment section. Grazie ragazze, grazie ragazzi, ragazze e ragazzi, forza Juve.